Probably doing Peter Griffin. Hello. That's pretty good.
Do you like Dungeons and Dragons? Well, we're Dragon Deez Dice.
Dude,
Comedy.
I was just about to say, I gotta go real quick.
Comedy D&D 5e actual play show, where a group of new players embark on a vast and deep storyline within a homebrew world brimming with both magic and mischief that's sure to have you rolling with laughter.
We're all gonna die.
Your journey has taken your troop through the Sun's Peak Desert, dealing with the Yuan-Ti royalty, portal to a plane called the Far Realm, and unionizing bugs. All the while, an ex-paladin named Multh hunted in the shadows creepy aberrations at his control. While wrapping up your help of the bugs on strike, a final fight against this man commenced as he attacked the church. Thankfully, there were few casualties before your words broke through the crazed man, and it was as if a petrification finally took hold of him and he crumpled to ash. Before his death, it was as if he was fighting with his own mind, and though he wasn't necessarily questioned, he did give some more mysterious information. He had brought his cleric husband of differing faith to examine the Far Realm portal, and this cleric named Erig evidently had his prayer answered. The portals needed to be destroyed, but it wasn't yet time, and the husband's spirit was taken. As Multh held the hollow shell of his husband's body under this portal, his own fear caused it to begin to open. But his own body then caused an obstruction that halted the opening of the portal to only a sliver that you all had managed to reclose later on. But the shattering of Multh's mind at such an emotional point drove him mad as he slaughtered his fellow paladins and repeatedly tried and failed to revive his husband. His perspective on life changed, turning him into a monster. Were these the ravings of a madman, or after centuries have the gods finally returned? Either way, this is all you know now, as this man Multh is no more, though curiously Erig is the name of the head cleric in the capital Pebble has met with prior. Regardless, you all now help clean up the church in the aftermath. Tiny Tony has been taken away and isolated by the guards after acting a bit different due to a command spell to have him agree to the union's terms. You see, Burkme has also been reprimanded by guards once again and is being brought into the town's jail after an assassination attempt on Tiny Tony from thinking he was tricking the Union. Guts and appendages of smashed bugs are removed from the mine after word of a collapse at the mine face, and Tic Tac kneels over a Thrycreen's body to say a prayer. Your next step is having Tic Tac take you on a boat to Hasday Salil, but this plan has not been rediscussed since the attack. It has been enough time for a short rest.
Yes!
So you all can take that as you all sit around here, possibly helping them clear up the area, not exerting yourselves too bad, so you can get a little bit of rest in.
So they don't know that we're the ones who got Tiny Tony to act weird, right?
I'm gonna blame mouthwash.
I'd like to go over to Tic Tac.
Mhm.
Why are you on the floor?
Saying a prayer to the fallen here as the cleric.
Are they asleep? Are they able to hear you?
I wish that were the case, but no, my small friend, they were suddenly murdered by that man, as I assumed you saw.
Well, I'm just confused why you're speaking to them.
Your paladin ally must not have taught you of the faith of the elves. I'm helping guide them to their next life by saying some words over their body. See, some of us believe there is an afterlife. Others believe in reincarnation. Either way, I'm sure Angara will guide their way.
I hope that they find their way.
Do you not pray to any deity?
Oh, not often, no. I once or twice around good friends of mine.
Once? You've only prayed once or twice in your life?
Well, a handful of times. Maybe my hands are small, though I do have many. But it was mainly with when others were doing so. We made a lot of noise, and we rolled stones. Sometimes there was music, but it was mainly the noise and the stones.
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about right now. But...
I remember one or two of my dear former performer friends saying something about a Ralishaz.
I've never heard of such a deity, but I'm not too well versed except for my own, and of course the great monarch Mori. But
Ralishaz. That is weird. Or sorry, I didn't say that out loud. That was mean.
a paladin kind of walks up with some other like Thrycreen guards, and Tic Tac is like, "Right, I'm done here. So feel free to take the bodies down to the mess hall."
Can I do a religion check on that name?
Sure.
Yahoo!
Yippee!
Woo! Yo! 19.
19, never heard of it.
Oh, okay.
As the Thrycreen start picking up the bodies and putting them into like these wheelbarrows and then taking them down into the mine. I'll say with your 19, from how Shello just described it, it seemed like a fairly primitive way to pray. He started rolling stones and making noise. It doesn't seem like a faith that meets in like big churches, or as far as Shello's practices has not met in like big churches and whatnot, similar to your faith.
Gotcha.
Well, I hope those heading down into the mines, I hope they find whatever way they're going. Isn't that right? Tick.
The way to the afterlife. No, these are just the bodies. Their souls are gone, so now we chop them up, put them into the soil to grow the fruits and veggies you all had the other day. Sometimes we salt them and eat them.
Pebble grows pale, sort of looking like
It's
some
normal
sort of
Thrycreen
talc.
culture.
I didn't even get to say goodbye to the souls before they left. I didn't see them
It's
leave.
usually how it goes, isn't it?
I don't know.
That's deep.
Most people just walk away.
As some paladins and guards are kind of cleaning up, you hear a troop of more Thrycreen guards come over, and you hear them discussing. One is like, is it safe to let's travel into the city now? We had closed off a perimeter from these monsters, but there's this group of what looks like wizards that are waiting to get in, and they're being very impatient. Suppose it doesn't seem like a threat anymore. They should be good to come in.
I suppose we should perhaps be leaving soon, right? Tick?
Yeah.
It's so soon after this attack. You don't all have more time?
We're running very short. Small.
Yeah, I guess so. I can get the group together and we can head down to the docks.
That would be ideal.
Tic Tac gets Minomai, Zimbom, and Vermeer together. This seems to be the core group with Tic Tac and you all heading to this boat. Tic Tac kind of leads you all. Tic Tac and the others are kind of showing you where to go. You guys all exit out of the town and start heading a little bit south a bit, seemingly going to the shore a little bit outside of Mori.
I suppose I could walk alongside the other bugs.
Okay, Shello, if you want to make a perception check at advantage.
Oh, hell yeah. 15.
You're all walking about an hour from town. You all start to see the coastline in the distance. Blue waters of the canvas sea meets the rugged and harsh land of this kind of deserty, rough region.
I can see the sea.
Off the dock, you start to notice a shack, and you can kind of make out a beetle sitting outside of it. But then, before reaching this shack, you notice a vulture in the air, Shello, which leads your eye to below it, where you see a mound of fur and skin on the ground, some ways off the path you're all traveling down.
Ooh.
Some sort of carcass, it seems.
Scary.
Would you mind if we perhaps had a small detour?
Sure, just don't want to get lost here. Why? Where do you need to go?
There seems to be a lot of fur and other such things in that direction.
Does seem to appear to be some sort of dead animal.
Perhaps there is someone we can help there. Or
Well,
maybe there is someone who died and you can tell them where to go.
I don't think I need to say a prayer for an animal, but you're welcome to check it out if you want.
It could also be some gold.
Approaching further, it looks like this is a camel that's
Whoa.
on the
Whoa.
ground dead. One of the legs appear to be broken, and there's 2 arrows in its side.
As we walk up to it, I'm like, oh my god, what is that thing? What'd they do to that horse?
It seems they used some sort of bone magic on the horse,
Bone
and
magic.
it shot out arrows in self-defense.
That's
It
terrible.
looks like it's got 2 growths on its back, the poor thing.
Oh my god, are those tumors?
Is there any like footprints or anything nearby?
Go ahead and make a investigation check.
Okay. 13.
A couple sort of dents in the sand, as if there was something that walked away from this, but you kind of lose the tracks. You can just tell that they go in the direction of the coast.
Okay. I think we should carry on to the coast then.
If unless you have any words of advice on where this poor magically ailed horse can go.
I mean, it's a camel, but it's strange. I don't know why a camel would be all the way out here. There's not really wild camels out here, but it's not too uncommon for a animal to die of natural causes, even though it has arrows in it.
Well, it seems as though it was mutated in some way by magic.
That's what I'm thinking too, Shello.
Multiple sessions ago, you guys explained to Pebble what a camel was.
Yeah.
No, I'm not so sure. I've never seen one before.
I don't know if it came through my mic at some point, but I just had Mherren just heavy sigh.
You also have seen many camels. So getting more back onto the path, getting more closer to the coast, the shack comes more into view. You see this beetle man sitting outside on a chair. You also see in the water off of a small dock, there's a large structure with a tarp over it.
A house.
Hello, Beetle Man.
He gets up out of the chair, seeing you all approach, and he's like, "Oh, hello, travelers. Tic-tac, Zimbom, Minomai, Ramir, and new ones, new faces. What are you all here for? Haven't seen you lot in a while."
We are here to head elsewhere.
Tic-tac chimes in, and he's like, Whirly, would you be able to take us on the boat to Hasde Salil? We're not doing any work of any kind, but these need passage. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Whatever you say, Tic-tac. Turning to your group, I'm Captain Whirly.
Hello.
I'm Captain
world.
Pebble.
You don't look like a captain.
She's not.
Well,
That's what I
that's
thought.
up for debate.
You all just seem like
It's not.
scallywags to me.
Jesus
Land,
I'm
bunch of
an
landlubbers. Have you ever been on a boat before?
This is the best day of my professional career. Also, I've never been on a boat.
So, boats in this land are not. It's very early on naval advancement
Technology.
technology. Very early days. There's scout ships and such that go out and survey every continent, and there is trade between the continents. It's mostly kept very close to the coast. Marine travel is. A lot of the ships and such are controlled by the capital, in fact. And they even use these their ship fleet to war with Kingdom of the First Land, the island off the coast of the capital where all the dragons and dragonborn originated from. But at this point in time, it takes a lot of skill, a lot of people, a lot of money in order to travel great distances on ship, and it's not super reliable. It's a very dangerous method of transportation. It's exceedingly rare to find a immigrant from an entirely different continent, especially one ways away from Deezland. So sailing is typically done by traders, mostly managed by the capital. That's where all the money is in it. Overseas, long distance is rare even then. But there has been great leaps in marine technology in the last few centuries, as it used to just be basically like paddle canoes and rafts for voyaging, but the war has actually bolstered the technology as they have found ways to defend themselves more from the dragons and thus defending themselves from storms and such when out at sea. With that being said, what we know of today as like big naval travel ships are only really at large trade ports, especially at like the capital or big cities. A small coastal town may only have like smaller boats, as they don't have enough money to make large boats like that. But if someone is skilled enough, they can still make a raft suitable for traveling across oceans. Typically though, big voyager ships in big cities, smaller coastal towns typically stay close to the coast with their boats.
Now,
so some of you may have never even seen a boat before.
Now, where world was it? You mentioned abode. Do you mean a home?
Oh, it's a home to me, let me tell you. But it's traveling across the water. It's like a carriage you take through the sea.
I don't know much about abodes. I believe we have seen. Do we have our own abode?
I have a boat.
We have an abode, not a boat though.
Oh,
Not really meant for long distance travel in the waters, but it gets over to
They salute just fine, as he says this. He's walking over to this thing floating in the water, the tarp over it. Then he pulls the tarp off of it, and you all see a seafaring vessel, basically almost completely crafted out of leaves, seaweed, plant life, except for a few key portions of it that are wood. There's a large like wooden water wheel on the side of it and some wood planks built around it to kind of like walk on. There's some ropings that control like a fan, like leaf fans on it that kind of go into the water to kind of steer it. There's no like sail or anything. This seems to be a very crudely made boat, but for most of you who have never really traveled on a boat before, you probably don't know the difference between this one looking very shitty and a good looking boat.
Gotcha. Okay.
Although it does seem kind of hastily put together with all the leaves and such. It doesn't quite seem like it's very sturdy. However, it seems like there's a upper deck and then a large chamber underneath that goes under the water. It actually seems quite large, this being originally used to transport materials.
Pebble seems nervous looking at it. She's like, is it safe?
boat may not be a butte like the ones of the capital, but for transport, gets the job done. It's a one-lane shot that has the slow from here across the Gulf, though we haven't traveled it for some time. It could be like going back into untamed waters again, you know?
Is name puns going to be the theme for today?
He now just has to incorporate Modsy, Boot, and P3 in there.
Yeah. Oh, I just got it.
Boot is easy, but
it's not just me though. It's a two-man crew for this thing. Cricket's in the shack. I'll get him when we decide to sail off.
Cricket.
Cricket is the ship's mechanic. He knows how to make any quick fixes to the ship, plug up any holes, make modifications, tinker on things. You know, he's a bit of a modsy guy.
Oh my god.
Fuck off. It's horrible.
Now, excuse me, Captain Whirl.
Shello, his name's not Captain, so you can pronounce that correctly.
Captain?
No. His name's not Captain. You can pronounce that part correctly. Don't worry.
It's
I don't
Captain
know what
Whirly.
that is. Captain
Oh.
Whirls. Now you said
You just need to fuck up the whirly part. That's all you need to
you
do.
said your abode is like a carriage.
Yeah.
I do not see any horses.
Well, that's the thing. The
I
sea
also-
is the horse.
What?
No, I see. I
Yep.
see the sea. I do not see horses.
Captain Worley begins going back to the shack. He knocks on the door, and coming out of the shack is this very slender, very long limbs, brown sort of cricket-looking bug. He's in like these like tattered robes, like a hood up. He kind of looks a bit like sketchy, and he's like, "Hey, that one, her name's Cricket."
What kind of shoes are they wearing?
Well, Cricket, he's wearing just like some leather shoes. Captain Worley, however, you notice as he walks along the dock and such, is very heavy thud to his walking, and it sounds sort of reminiscent of a peg leg.
Oh dear.
It's pegging?
Which leg is he
Stop.
pegging with?
I see you all looking at my peg leg. I had lost a leg fighting against a great dragon when I was in the naval crew at the capital. That was long ago, but back then I was really the only Thry clean in the capital. So I lost my leg, and the doctor only had a human prosthetic.
And he shows his leg, and he takes it out of his boot. It's like this wooden prosthetic, but it's a human foot, humanoid foot instead of like a thrycreen sort of bug foot.
Awesome.
And he's like,
I had a nickname in the hospital wing. They called me Captain Left Boots. God, gotta count on my two left feet.
Excuse me, where is the right boot?
Well, it's just a play on words. Since I have two left feet now, they replaced my right leg with a left leg.
And where'd they put the right one?
So
Well, the dragons probably digested it.
you fought a dragon, not like you didn't just fight like a really big snake or something, and
Oh,
started
no, it-
expanding over the years.
You must not be familiar with the war on the Dragonborn over the sea. Well, the dragons control kingdom of the first land, and occasionally one of the dragon overlords of the Dragonborn will come across the sea, attack some ships, and then go back. Luckily, we able to keep them at bay so they don't reach the mainland. But many soldiers have passed or been like me and ended up disfigured.
Did you kill him?
The large dragons, the one that rule, never been able to get one of those. We've gotten many smaller dragons, though. The one that took me leg, known to us as the Sky Scatterer, to the dragons as Golinaw. That one far too powerful for even the capital's fleet.
I'd like to think that the smaller dragons are just like eels in the water.
We best leave soon if we plan to leave today. I can sail the boat through the night. We should be there sometime tomorrow.
Well, that sounds just dandy, Captain.
If anyone needs to use the outhouse before we go, or you can, while we're on the water, you can just go off the side. But a lot of people we gotta cram into the boat.
Pebble looks nauseous when he says go off the side. She's like, I'll use the outhouse now.
Mherren
you
also
mean-
looks very uncomfortable.
You mean we jump off the side?
Personally, I have drank a lot of spice rum today. I think I'm on P3 or 4, but who's counting?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh my god.
That was the worst.
hey guys, did you meet my cat? My one cat. That was actually a really good one.
Cricket has this like notepad, and he's like,
I have Captain Worley, sir. I thought you wanted me to. I've been monitoring your piss and shit cycles for weeks. You have IBS, by the way.
Oh no.
I imagine the
He's talking
captain
about
is
piss,
in
though.
tears.
No, it can't be.
Single tear falls
Is
from
that
his
is that
eyes as
everyone
he
now?
pisses.
Has he gotten through everyone?
That's everyone we can carry.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
really peanut of you.
He's gonna start
That's
like naming
really
other people
penis
who
of
like
you.
aren't even in the campaign yet.
he's looking down solemnly, and then he like shakes his head and looks up and is like,
Feel free to board whenever you're ready to leave.
I'm very entertained.
I'm sorry about our friend as she gets on the boat.
you all watch as Whirly kind of gets onto like the side of the boat, kind of tugging at some ropes and things, first untying the boat from the dock. But it seems like there's a pulley system that kind of controls the fans in the water that kind of steer the boat and such. It seems the other bugs have been used to this. Zimbom kind of goes into the air, essentially being like the kind of watch out in like the crow's nest, but since there is no sail or crow's nest, she just kind of uses her moth wings to kind of hover above the boat as you begin leaving the dock. Tic Tac kind of goes up to the front of the boat in this like wooden sort of platform, kind of looking into the water, and it seems like he's looking down into the water kind of contemplatively, kind of almost sad. Minomai is off to the side, just kind of sharpening his katana. Vermeer sits down in the back and just sort of like watches the birds in the sky as you all depart. Cricket is also helping with some of the ropes and things, kind of tending to some of the leaves and such as you begin to depart. But you notice that you're standing on sort of this like wood hatch that opens up into a room underneath that seems to be for both storage, and there's like some hammocks in there to sleep. The way this boat kind of wades through the water, it's like a riverboat and a just like paddle boat were combined into this makeshift raft. In fact, one of the ropes of the pulleys even snaps, Cricket immediately jumping to it, grabbing both ends and knotting them back together as Captain Worley spins a steering wheel that shakes the boat out into open waters from the dock. It does not feel great being on this thing, but as you see the coastline move further into the distance, it looks like you're moving much faster than you ever could on foot.
Pebble's going to ask, I guess, well, she's going to ask probably Cricket, and she's going to be like, is it okay if I go into the room underneath?
He's hastily sifting through his robes, and he pulls out this little jar of sap that he uses to quickly spread onto the rope, seemingly strengthening its hold.
Just get comfortable. If you've never been on a ship like this before, you may get a bit motion sick.
Throws up overboard.
Oh my god.
It's exactly like that. And we've only been gone for a few seconds, so
Yep.
there may
Pebble-
be a bit
Pebble-
more rocking under inside. You aren't able to see the waters as we've moved, which might be better, so take your poison.
Pebble's trying to stay as far away as possible from the edge of the boat, and so she climbs into the bottom of the boat.
After Sana's done puking, she's gonna go up towards Pebble and be like, you don't like edging?
I hate it.
Oh.
The edge is really scary.
It's not that bad.
I
think.
I don't want to fall in the water. I don't know what's in there.
You are a rock.
I am a rock. I'll just sink.
And you even swim.
What?
Okay.
I barf on her.
Okay.
I barf back on her.
Oh. Never mind. I
and then I
take
run
back
off.
what I said. I don't want to be a part of this.
I run off to the edge and start just like.
This is awful.
This is
Wonderful.
great. This is good vomit roleplay.
I'm standing where the first step I took onto the boat, just standing still.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Tic Tac also goes underneath after a few minutes after departing, goes underneath. Is anyone else, is everyone else staying on the surface of the boat?
I'll go under.
Yeah.
I will go walk into the sleeping area and just again stand
Hey,
blankly.
Mherren,
Hmm?
you been on a boat before?
No, I have not been on a boat before.
Excuse me, Mherren.
Yes, Shello.
Where are the horses?
Wait, sorry. I thought Mherren was on the top of the boat and
I'm
Shello was on the
I
bottom.
like
He's
to
yelling
imagine they're
through
just
the leaves.
screaming up. Yeah.
That's
We're
Through
all
the
very
hatch.
uncomfortable, and we're all
Yeah.
screaming.
no. I don't like the boat very much.
I read once that there's like these aquatic creatures. They're like horses of the sea, supposedly. I think they're called horsies.
Watch
Apparently
a
the guys
horse.
give birth. It's fascinating.
Oh,
I
that's hot.
think.
I mean, that's
You're telling me there are horses in the water? Are there horses in the air?
I think there actually is. Anyways, I read like fairy tales about that, but I don't think I only like saw it in a page in one of my studies, but it kind of looked like a squiggly line.
Were they a bad artist?
Probably human made. I mean, fuck.
Casual racism.
Would a fairy tale in D&D be called a normal tale?
No,
They still have
Oh
like
my God.
like
no, but
stories.
a
of
fairy
fictional
tale would
events.
probably be written by a fairy.
Pebble, when Tic Tac walks below deck into the cabin after you, he kind of like sighs deeply and like sits down like a crate, kind of looking at the floor.
Hi, Tic Tac Toe. Are you okay?
Don't tell the other bugs up there, but I was actually planning to leave Mori, myself, head to the capital to join the grand church there. I don't really see my life in mining anymore now that I found this faith, but...
Yeah, I get that. The capital is nice. It's a bit much.
You've been to the capital, the church there?
I have. I'm from the capital.
His eyes kind of lighten up, and he's like,
Oh, how is it there? How's the church?
Well, coming from me, you're probably not going to get the most unbiased source, but all things considered, it ended up being better than I thought it would. I mean, at one point it was rough, but they ended up accepting me at some point. Well, I mean, not all of them, but Eric did, at least.
I mean, it would be different.
I think it'll be good for you. Any follower of Vanguard, well, they have to see it at some point. It's magnificent.
Yeah, that's the problem. See, the thing is, I was hoping for Berkme to take my place as the union leader, but I don't think that'll happen now. I had even ordered this book from a traveling salesman. He said he'd mail it, but it just never came. I wanted to gifted it to Berkme. It's about how to be a better leader.
A book that is yours? She blushes a little and she says, we might have found your book and just forgot about it, actually.
What?
I'm sorry. It's embarrassing. I completely forgot to told you. Oh my god. We found a book when we got attacked by the dung beetles.
The dung beetles, but how would they have... And you knew this was my book?
I might not have the best memory, and I forgot to give it to you, and I'm very, very sorry.
Hold on, how'd you know it was mine?
It said one of them said it was yours.
The dung beetles.
One of the dung beetles said it.
That's... How would they have known it was mine? I'd only told a few. That's it. Shet. He was secretly a dung beetle. How could we not have seen it?
What?
His name was Shet.
Oh. This goes all the way to the top.
A tippy top.
Tiny Tony, he must have been working with the doo-doo boys to get workers in for cheaper. Just like a
It all
fly
makes
to
sense
shit.
now.
Well, if we had known this a few days sooner before they tragically died in that collapse, we possibly could have used this to take down Tiny Tony. The capital wouldn't like him working with a gang of bandits. Well, it's in the past. No one could have predicted a cave-in happening. But do you have the book with you?
Yeah. She's a little bit confused, but she picks it up, pulls it out of her bag, and hands it over to Tic Tac.
He reaches out like he's going to grab it, and then he just looks at it, and he's like, he puts his hand on it and pushes it back to you, and he's like, no, you keep it. I don't really need it anymore. It might suit you better to read.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, like I said, I was going to give it to Burkme, but no idea how long he's going to be in that jail cell, and even then, I don't think he'll be able to lead any union like I hoped.
Wow, thank you. It's very sweet.
It'll take probably this whole boat ride to read, but you begin reading it in your off time here.
It's been quiet all day. I wonder why.
We're on a boat.
I'm referring to you reading.
Oh, shut up, bro. Pebble's reading. She's sort of like sounding out the words quietly under her breath.
Sana will probably be like trying to like drink with someone around this time.
Pebble.
Any of you want a drink?
Ramir gets up and he's like, I'll always drink if you're offering.
Hell yeah! And then I hold up my flask or my water skin or whatever.
He grabs like a wooden mug and like holds it up to get some.
I start pouring some in. I pour a little higher than I probably should have.
He's like, thank you, lassie.
There's no like open windows or anything out.
No, it's completely
water.
closed in. There's like a bulb of like plant life that's kind of giving a glow to the cabin. Storage crates in here and a few hammocks, different like supplies and things.
Seeing the two of them drinking, I want to run out to the top of the boat and kind of lean over the edge and grab like a handful of seawater and run back in and start drinking with them.
Okay, make a Constitution check.
4, 5 for every sip that they're doing. I'm running back and forth, getting more seawater.
Shello, Shello, just calm down.
I am drinking with you.
I can pour you some.
Morley notices
no.
this now, and he's like, "Hey, young boy, I wouldn't drink the seawater." Shelly, can you roll a D100?
Oh,
Turn into a tree and kill us.
oh Jesus!
Oh fuck! Not again.
Oh no, I'm an evil tree ant. 81.
Shelly, you fall onto like the deck of the ship, just feeling very sick. You feel like if you move, you might like throw up. You feel very weak after a little bit. After the seawater is settled into your system, your mouth gets all dry and salty. You have the stunned condition for around 10 minutes.
I start patting his back like, you okay, buddy?
Get him some real water. It should go away.
See, water.
Mherren, Balth,
Water.
you guys got clean, not seawater?
All right, Mherren's gonna come down now. And offer her water skin.
I have some too, actually.
I just imagine Sally just like takes a big glug to leave Shello just to barrel a little bit.
I'm just gonna like pick him up and kind of like cradle him a little bit like a baby. Like, you okay, buddy? And just kind of like pat his head.
Barf.
I turn.
Yeah, you
I
barf
turn
up
him
onto
as
like
quickly as I can.
Sana's like shoulder, like a baby.
Oh, I'm just gonna shoulder him up so like his head's like over my shoulder and like I'm patting his back like a baby. Hey Mherren, where are you? And I'm gonna like turn to the opposite direction where Mherren is. So
Shello then projectile vomits onto Mherren. Eventually, Shello starts to feel better, go back to normal. Still feels a bit like kind of like weak and drowsy, but you're no longer stunned, not really affecting you anymore after around like 10 minutes goes by. Just keep like sipping like some water from a
what
water
made
skin.
you think you could drink out of the sea?
It's water.
He's real for that.
You don't just drink water out of a puddle.
I do.
I take another swig.
Seems the bugs are just staying up top, letting you all go to use the limited hammocks down there since they don't really use beds.
Pebble dog ears the part of the book that she's in and sets it down and takes off her reading glasses that she you're not sure where she got them from. And they actually don't have lenses, but
Puts out her pipe.
Tic Tac
Yeah.
sees this as he's getting
Oh my
something
God.
from the storage and going back up and kind of winces at you pulling the page.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a disgrace.
oh, I
Man,
fucking hate.
gonna-
By the way, I fucking hate dog earing books. I think it's terrible. But
It is.
Anyway, can Sana and Mherren make perception checks?
I suppose.
Ah,
Where? There it is.
Sana's still drinking.
Miriam's trying to get the fucking vomit off.
You're all getting the hammocks set up and things, going through some of the crates to sort of see what kind of supplies they have in here, like the blankets and stuff, because it's getting a little bit chilly out here in the open water.
Before I jump in my hammock, or I'm gonna look towards Mr. Shello. You doing okay, buddy?
I am on a boat.
No, I mean in general. Not what are you doing?
I am doing well. I drank water and it made me ill. How are you doing?
I mean mentally, not like how do I explain this to you? Do you get what I'm saying and you're just choosing to do this, or are you just like this? I don't mean to be rude asking. I just haven't got the vibe down yet.
I'm not sure what you mean.
How do you explain this? We'll come back. We'll come back to it another time. We'll come back to it the other time.
Okay, I will.
Yeah,
I
we
will
would
see you
just-
another time.
No. I'm a
Where you
My
going?
bag of money.
You
I'm trying to
what?
get his attention by jingling my bag of money. Look at me. You ready?
Yeah,
You ready to
yes.
listen to me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, we were at a place with a bunch of people similar to you, and you did that blood thing,
Yes.
and it coagulated.
They had no
really
paper.
weird. I start shaking again. And it started coagulating. I don't know what that's about, but I just wanted to check in on you.
They were out of paper and they had to close because it was late.
No. I'm gonna hand him a gold piece, and then I'm gonna good night, Shello.
A gold piece.
Huh.
Maybe I should speak about how I'm doing more.
Yeah.
Since Shello and Sana are still up, can you both make perception checks now?
Okay.
As I sobered up.
15.
Fuck. Natural one.
Well,
5.
Shello, after Sana gives you the gold piece, behind some stacked boxes and barrels on the other end of the cargo hold in this ship, you hear what sounds like rustling and movement, some sort of creaking of some boxes and leaves rustling.
I will go over and poke around the boxes.
As you go around these boxes, kind of moving some of them out of the way to find the source of this, you see a man laying on the ground in sort of a pool of blood.
How are you?
You see as his face looks up and he sighs as he notices that it seems that he's been found, but you recognize his face as someone that's a few days prior you saw in Fire and Ethan, the man talking to Empress Etlani by the name of Daniil Sundra.
Oh.
Shello, I don't know who you're talking to, but can you keep down?
Apologies. I'm trying the how are you thing.
Okay, have fun with your dolls.
Sort of quietly under his breath, he says, "Seems I've been found."
How are you mentally?
Oh my god.
Do I look okay, physically or mentally?
I'd like to hand him a gold piece.
So you intend to mock a weak and dying man?
You notice that he's kind of clutching a knife that he is ready to swing at you if you get any closer.
You don't want the gold?
I don't need your gold. If you're in the business of helping, maybe some water.
One moment, please. I'd like to run up to the top of the deck,
Yeah.
grab some seawater, come down and give it to him.
I just want to ask. I think I know the answer due to it being a natural one. But do I notice Shello doing this stuff and like
You
murmuring
notice
something?
him doing this, but you don't hear that he's speaking to someone else.
He's just skirting around.
Yeah. Honestly, you could probably chalk it up to some Shello business.
Side quest.
Shello, keep it down.
I'm very sorry. I'm getting new water.
As you kind of the salt water cupped into your hands, you pour it into his mouth, and he immediately like spits it up, and he's like, ugh. And that would probably wake up those of you down sleeping in here, and possibly even alert Sauna.
Shello, shut the fuck up.
I'm very sorry, Moneybag.
Why do you toy with me?
You're not a toy.
As everyone's like awakes from the coughing, Asana's gonna get out and just like roll up her sleeves and like get like a rolled up piece of paper and start stomping over to Shello.
Oh God.
Hello, who
No.
are you talking to? Are you playing with your dolls again?
I'm asking a man how he's doing.
Who? What?
Man.
There's a man here.
Mherren's
Mherren, there's a man here.
You know, walk over there.
Mherren, I don't like men.
What?
As the rest of you kind of gather around it and look over like these boxes, he's kind of like shoved himself into the like very back of the boat, low to like the ground, trying to kind of hide himself under some like blankets and boxes and such. And you notice he has a knife that he's kind of keeping a little bit low to conceal it, but evident enough he has it because he's sort of holding it like he's gripping it very firmly, ready to sort of strike if he needs to.
He asked me for water, and I gave him water, but he did not enjoy it.
Did you give him seawater?
Yes, it is water.
That is not drinkable water.
Who are you, or how many are you down here?
There
There's
are 6
5
of us.
What are you No.
Well, this man.
We're not including this man and the Count, Shello. Regardless, there are 5 of us down here. What are you doing here?
Are you okay?
I was attacked. I came to the coast here to hope for travel out of the desert. Your faces look vaguely familiar, though. Do I know you?
What's your name?
I'm Daniel Sundra. I'm the Sultan of the Sweatland Hall.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
She has no recognition in her eyes.
Now, you said you're the Sultan of the Sweatlands.
Sweat is salty.
What does that mean?
I am essentially the Lord of Sweatlands Hall, the western part of the Sunspeak Desert, controlled by Byron Ethan and Empress Etelani. But as I was leaving the city to make my way home, I was attacked by my own escorts and guards.
He's kind of coughing up blood.
How bad does his wounds look from like a surface level from the
He's
distance?
kind of covering them up. Make an insight check, actually.
It's hard. Fuck. 5.
5. Make a medicine check now on top of that.
20.
Damn.
It seems pretty bad. He's kind of some blood is kind of trickling out from under where he's holding like the blankets and things, and he's even applying some pressure. So for the blood to like stretch this far, it seems to be pretty bad.
He's bleeding out pretty bad.
Hey, should I help him? Can we trust this guy? She's whispering that so he can't like hear exactly what she's saying. Just the fact that she's saying something. Hopefully.
Do we have water that we can't see?
Mherren's going. She's gonna hold the water skin. She doesn't want him to stop applying pressure to his wound, so she is going to feed him the water, so to speak.
As he kind of like stretches out his neck to reach the water skin better, he makes direct, just unbreaking eye contact with you as you do it. Then after he starts drinking, he like scans back at the rest of you, sort of like he's still kind of suspicious.
Once he's drank it all, Mherren's going to put it to the side, then open her pack, pull out a health potion. This should help at least a bit.
Examines it like with his eyes. He seems a little bit apprehensive, but he lets you feed it to him like the water flask. So you can go ahead and roll for that.
Wonderful.
I hope the roll is good and not bad.
Ooh.
So I'd say that's pretty decent.
Thank you for your kindness, but I don't think a simple potion of healing will put me all the way back to my full standing health-wise. Must make it to land out of the Sunspeak, and I must get to Green Clay. I do not know your sides and fealty, but I must speak to Azo Benetric, the old commander of the Sweatlands army, for this curse does me in. The ones that overthrow me wish to bring upon the dark sun.
The dark sun?
He sort of removes the blankets as he says this. You notice a big dark spot on like his side that kind of looks like blood has gone through his shirt, but it's a bit more like a darker coloration. And then he like lifts his shirt, and viscous, gooey, almost like melted flesh that's like blackened by some magical means, it looks like, is causing like his skin to like stick to the shirt as he like lifts it, that then like snaps away as he like fully reveals a puncture wound that has like caused like his veins around it to go black and the blood that's pulling from it to be black. It looks as though his wound is like rotting away his skin and his body around it. And as he moves his torso up, it kind of presses down the wound, and sludgy ooze gets squished out of it and kind of trickles down his stomach.
That sounds good.
That's
I think
horrifying.
we could
Actually.
probably leave him.
No.
It would probably be wise for us to tell some of the other passengers about this, right?
I don't know if it. I
That
don't know.
would probably seal his fate a bit.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, well,
Since you are a salt man, I did not realize you were so high and mighty. Perhaps 3 gold will be enough.
I do not need your gold. This is bigger than money. It's bigger than my position as the Sultan. I attempted to make that clear to the Empress. I believe she sees it as a simple power grab and not the gravity of the situation. The people that did me in, I thought I could trust them. They were my loyal bodyguards that I've had for years, but it seems my usurper, Usa Nazar, his words have gotten to them and they've joined his cause on our way back to the Sweatlands. They attacked me. It seems that they knew about my private conversation with the Empress Sutlani about my suspicions of Nazar that I now know are true. I can only imagine what they are getting up to with me out of the picture. That's why I must make it to my old war general. He's the only ally I know for sure I still have.
Well, I wish you luck on that. I don't know how you plan to get there. This abode is, I don't believe going there. I can ask
This
where we
was
are
my
exactly.
best option. I managed to get away on camelback and just In my injured state, I just let it take me till I reached the coast, and I just hoped this vessel would eventually get me out of the desert so that I may find another way of travel. Where is this vessel going exactly? Do you know?
This boat is taking us to Hasde Salil. It's not exactly close.
I thought I'd die in this bunker without the ship even taking off, so any distance is a miracle to me. Don't expect you all to help me, but if you can at least not rat out my position, maybe I can get there myself.
I guess we can.
Not gonna stab us at night.
If you have no need to get in my way, I have no need to get in yours.
All right. Fine. Yeah, okay. We won't rat on you. Or mouse or weasel or any other, like camel or whatever you called it.
This camel, does it fire arrows out of its sides only?
I don't imagine you all have fealty to Usanazar, as you have not immediately struck me down. So I will say, if you can spare me any more aid, I believe that the whole world could be at stake if the dark sun rises.
I mean, if I was in a boat and needed to get somewhere, I wouldn't want someone to snitch on me. He doesn't seem to pose a threat to us.
Does 4 gold help?
No need for gold. I got my start as a trader. That's how I became the Sultan after the old one was executed by the Caecilians after the war. My status and wealth that would put me in the chair. And now, I just need passage to Green Clay.
Can I go? I'm gonna go grab my blanket and kind of like come back and kind of like fold it a little bit for a little cushion for him.
Thank you. As you said, Hasde Salil, it is only so close. When we dock, I could use a means of transport so I don't have to manage to steal something myself in this state, if I can ask you all of such.
We do have a beetle we could summon at will.
No, we're not giving him Boulder.
Are we
We
just
need
taking
him.
Lily,
this
will you
man?
get Boulder back anytime you want?
And just unsummon and resummon.
Yeah, you can just resummon them when he's done with it.
Well,
I don't mean to say this again, and I know how harsh this sound, but they're not real.
Yes, they are.
They don't.
He's just
they,
as
they're
real
just.
as you or me.
They're just some construct thing. Like you can resummon it. It'll
I'm
be
sorry,
fine.
you have a rock. How is a rock supposed to help me travel?
It's like
No.
a giant beetle horse.
Okay, yeah.
I wanted to say
Well, not a beetle. It's just no.
Do you want to ride or not?
Not quite.
Are you aware of the Dark Sun prophecy? Your reactions, I cannot tell.
Am I?
Do I have any knowledge of that?
You want to make a history or a religion check?
All right, my religion check got a 10.
Yeah,
Should've done
13.
history.
You know what? It don't go as well since I.
I'm just trying to
asked.
think back in the
Ooh,
capital. Maybe I heard some
gross.
nobles talking some sus shit. You know?
None of you have heard of this.
I no. Not a clue.
Not
Do you
even
mean like one of
wonderful?
those like those events people across the country get together for?
What?
A convention?
No. I don't know. I heard my parents talk about when they were younger. I don't know.
Oh, that's something else, bud.
What?
She starts talking
I
about the
don't-
cliffs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
When the sun goes
I
dark.
was so confused.
In the old banned text, there exist prophecies relating to the gods. While the capital does not allow the scriptures, I'm sure some of you may have heard a few of its stories passed down. The tale of the gods and their champions. I am not as familiar with the tale as one of a dragon heritage would be, or that of an old believer, but what I do know is that there will exist a soldier of light that will guide the people to the heavens, one that fights with magic granted by elven gods, but a great destroyer will come to kill until the enemies of the dragons are no more.
It kind of sounds like like I don't like I'm no like expert on the subject, but kind of sounds like elven propaganda.
The Elven capital, they are the ones that banned the production of these writings. They can't ban the spoken word, of course, but over time things have gotten less prominent due to there not being hard texts passed around except for under the shadows. The Dragonborn, or who it caters to more, as they believe that the champion of Asgarath, as they call it, the vessel, will win them the war if it shows up.
I understand what's going on now. Okay.
And while the prophecy tells of the arrival of idols for Corellin, the dragon god Asgarath, it says not of their fight in the aftermath, however, which can be chalked up to the fate being unpredictable or the whole story being a giant load of bullshit. This close to death, I have no fear in saying that I think the gods all died out a very long time ago. For all we know, this prophecy could have came true, and this godless world is what we're left with already. But this is not the part that matters. My usurper Nazar is focused on a passage about the sun going black. If memory serves, the words are, "When sun blackened, pure of heart taken, world ripped open to a death lit golden." Essentially, a doomsday prophecy. They believe it will lead to some sort of enlightenment.
This is the plot of Sonic Unleashed.
Dude, on God.
You got me.
Bro,
You
Good
motherfucker.
God, man.
No,
I didn't think we'd be talking about Sonic Unleashed today.
no, I'm no exegete, but Nazar, the Dragonborn, the old believers, they're all working off incomplete texts, as at least as far as I know, the original codex is lost to time. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the superstitious type. Regardless of if they bring about the dark sun, they are still wreaking havoc and killing innocents while dealing in shadowy witchcraft. Their group, they call themselves the Faces of Death.
Faces of Death.
What a delightful name for a delightful group.
I don't think they sound very delightful at all.
Balthazar, you're kind of smart. You haven't heard anything like this?
Do you want to make a history check?
Yeah, sure.
You're in some
23.
After you ponder, after you think, you're thinking back to your times in academia specifically, and you recall this sort of thing didn't really interest you in your studies, but you do recall there being banned prophecy that the school was not allowed to have any text on. So just from what you've heard from higher ups, you can most likely corroborate the information that Sundra is telling you, that there would be a vessel of the dragon god Asgaroth that would attack the elves essentially, but the elves would have some sort of soldier blessed by their highest god Corellin to fight back. However, as far as you know, the prophecy just ends there without a sort of conclusion. But you have heard some sort of rumors that there is still the original written text somewhere, and there are various people trying to find it, such as the old believers that believe in gods that are believed to be more ancient than Corellin, as well as all the other gods that are actively worshipped. And the old believers hope that these prophecies have some sort of information on them. Gods like Glycin, Mori, Inibis, the Bleeding Man, Yonfilt, those are the ones you know by name. But you also know that the Dragonborn have taken the prophecy of the one being blessed by Asgarath, the World Shaper, which is the highest Dragonborn god, taken the words to heart in the war effort that kind of keeps them going. And that's also the cause of like many Dragonborn attacks. They'll often yell, as actually you've all heard before about this prophecy. Which, Mherren, you'd probably have some base knowledge in some of that latter part. but the two of you that have studied in the capital itself, and with your roles, you wouldn't know of these texts that were banned by the capital and the contents within. Also, you would actually, with your 23, I'll go a step further to say that there was especially a stigma around it at the academy. You notice, like, any discussion of it was like immediately silenced or reprimanded in some way. Anyone asking in the library for the librarian to like see if they have anything on it, they were immediately told to see Prim Grimoire, the headmaster.
It does seem familiar. I think I remember it being somewhat of a forbidden prophecy that wouldn't be allowed to be spoken around the academy. It was... you were in my head, correct? The tall, like, thin elven lady. The mean one.
Oh, I remember the elven lady.
Yeah, that one. There are some people who believe that the old texts still exist out there, and there are people who are still looking for it, like the old believers.
So there's validity to this, to what this guy's saying.
Well, we'd have to look more into it, but yeah, he's pretty much on the ball.
Ball. Pebble chuckles a little bit.
I do not care about these texts personally, but the ones that overthrow me, they have taken their readings, whether right or wrong, too far. They work in the chateaus of the Sweatlands and other cities, and they sacrifice innocents who they consider the pure of heart, as the prophecy states. Kill as many as they can, wreak havoc so they can bring upon this dark sun, as they believe that it will bring them to enlightenment and death. I don't know or care whether this is true or not. If it is true, that's obviously bad, as it could be the end of the world, but if it's not true, either way, they are killing innocents, and I must put a stop to it. The only way I see I can is if I reconvene with my old general in Green Clay. He still holds some power. Maybe he can speak with his own Lord of Green Clay, or have them speak to Atlani and talk sense into her to see this more of a problem, not just a minor nuisance. To be honest, the Caecilians, they look down on us at the Sweatlands. As you may or may not know, the deity worshipped amongst many in the Sun's Peak Desert is Glycin, the god of the sun. The sun is idolized in our region. The dark sun, the faces of death's goal, is blasphemous.
Holy moly.
There's already strife among us, our people, between the Sweatlands and Mherren, because we have differing interpretations of what Glycin is and stands for. I have no opinion on the matter, but my people, the people I once led, believe Glycin to look like them, essentially the Leonins of the Sweatlands. But the Caecilians believe Glycin to look like them, a more snake-like figure. Faces of Death take it in a different direction, and they just wish to make the sun go black and end the world.
Sounds gonna take a big swig. Pebble, I think we should let him use the beetle.
I guess, yeah. I guess we won't really need her for a little while if we're just in Hasde Soleil. But how will I know when he's done with her?
Tell her to come back, and then we'll know sooner or later.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
And we can assume after a couple days, anyways, if we like move to a different location, we can just unsummon and resummon.
I'm just imagining him like halfway through his trip, just on the back of it. We really need this beetle to like exit an area. And just fucking.
Reminder
just
that it
disappears
takes
from the
10
place.
minutes to summon her. So if we need,
We got 10 minutes to get the fuck
quickly,
out of
that's
there.
not-
You know?
Yeah, but I would just love to see him fall off the fucking beetle that wasn't there.
You just hear a faint oof miles in the distance.
I do not wish to disturb your rest any longer. I will be fine. Here, the shadow rot, it will take some time to set into my heart to kill me, so hopefully I can make it to Oslo by then.
It's not contagious, is it?
I honestly don't know. I don't assume it is.
You could just keep the blanket then.
Thank you.
Can I run a medicine check on him?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Also, how does he look after the potion?
22.
He looks better. Like his face is like less pale. It seems that it cured some of his injury. However, it seems that this potion didn't affect this rot that's setting into him. And Balthazar, you'd tell that it from your arcane abilities and your medicine check, you can probably tell that it's not contagious. It seemed to be done by a certain like weapon that's like enchanted with a curse.
Ooh.
But it does look like that it takes some time for the rot to set in. Continual like healing potions and such, and maintaining the wound will make it take slower. However, there's no way to stop it except with by removing the curse.
Or the limb.
Yeah, but it's in his side, unfortunately.
I was gonna say we could give him a peg leg. It'll be a leg, but we can give him one.
You could cut him in half.
No.
Why not?
He's not wrong. He won't survive, but it'll
Assuming
fix
we
it.
Don't have like
Get rid of the
greater
curse.
It
restoration.
won't fix it.
It will. He just won't be alive.
No, because that's not fixing the problem. That is making a different, bigger problem.
Yeah, but it's a different problem
Well, it's
that
a
he died.
problem
I'm gonna
halved
kill
is a
you
problem
all.
doubled.
I'm going to be the one to bring the TPK, and I will not regret it.
Oh my god, bruh.
You are gonna kill Sana.
No, shut up.
Told you.
He's now getting more comfortable in like a more like not like sitting up position, kind of loosening his grasp of the knife, getting more comfortable for the night.
I'm going bed.
I suppose.
I need my spell slots.
Sleepy time. I need to get rid of my exhaustion. Fucking finally.
Do I have?
Oh,
I
God.
also have exhaustion.
We're
Well, that's
take
great
one
because you should have been making
level
all of these
I know.
checks with
I'm
Snatch.
well aware.
That's fine. Hopefully viewers forgot too. We could say that the last hour you've been awake talking to this guy, you got enough of the long rest. Get rid of the exhaustion.
Short rest technically gets rid of exhaustion, right?
No.
Shello, Sana, or were you doing anything over the course of the night, or?
I'll put a pillow on the floor and stand on it.
Then you'll go down for sleep.
We get put down.
Or long rest?
A real long.
Mherren,
Oh fuck.
No, not again.
as
Mherren.
you lull
Nice
to
on,
sleep to the rocking of the ship, you begin to dream visions of colors that sort of shift with the waves of the sea.
coming out.
Fading into view in front of you is the dragon scale belonging to Balthazar, an aura of staticky magic around it. Your dreams thus far have had you as a spectator, but this time you feel a bit different. Like you have more control, like you can feel your limbs, and a feeling surrounds you, compelling you to reach towards the dragon scale.
Yeah, Marin's gonna reach towards the scale. She's gonna follow the compulsion.
While you don't see your own body through your vision, you feel like you're reaching out. You have the sensation in your arms, hands, and fingers. You feel its warmth as you get closer to it and wrap your fingers around it. A warmth that starts to turn to this burning, but not totally in an unpleasant way. Like a burning fire within you. There's a weirdly soothing feeling to it. Your mind drifts to a battlefield where You're caught off guard by whole lines of infantry mowed down, obliterated by a heavy beam of magic. They seem to all die instantly, but you come face to face with its source, someone in heavy robes, intentionally concealing identity, but also covering machinery they wear that you only spot as a gauntlet that points towards you, and something within it charges up and sends out a blast as you thrust your halberd forward into it, causing an arcane pulse to blast out, sending you flying back into the floor of bloodied grass of the battlefield. And as you lay there, the fighting continues. Soldiers just trampling over you to clash blades with the other side, and as you drift off, you have the same sensation as you do now, grasping this vision of the dragon scale. The two sort of vignettes overlapping like a double exposure, a painfully soothing melancholy as you start to make your final peace with yourself. You think, is this it? Am I leaving life fulfilled? You feel a cold death embracing you. But in this moment, you're feeling okay with that. You gave a good fight. But burned in your retina is this dragon scale, and you keep holding on till you begin to awake. What in the past would have been a medic tent, now a hammock in the cabin of a ship surrounded by your allies as they sleep. Except for Shello, who's standing on a pillow.
That was cool.
I was joking when I said Mherren was experiencing the horrors, but,
As you awake, you hear some bustling of the leaves above you. It seems Whirly and the others are up there manning the ship still.
Long rest, right?
Yeah, you all have taken a long rest now.
Yay.
It's been so long.
Can Balthazar be like sitting on like a nearby like stool, just messing with the apparatus? Just like doing basic maintenance.
Mherren is looking.
Looking.
So the gauntlet does look similar to one you just saw in your dream, to the one that blasted you with magic way back when. Already probably a feeling in your gut, but you know for certain now.
Well,
We gotta practice magic today.
I don't know if a boat is the safest place to be practicing magic.
What else are we gonna do?
He raises a good point.
Can Balthazar's gonna make a big grin and just slap down like a magic textbook that he has.
You're going to sit here and read 5 pages. No
Yes,
practical
you promised
today.
You promised you would teach me.
Can't just learn the practical. You need to know the effects and what happens.
We can.
can
You're
learn
just
it.
choosing not to.
If anything goes wrong, you can damage the ship. Then we're swimming.
So, I don't think that would happen if we're practicing light spells and cantrips of the sort.
You'd be surprised.
I'm gonna start jingling my money to see if it works like on Shello.
Yeah, I'm not like a juggling ant boy over there.
Pebble's ears perk up.
Money.
I'm gonna put it away. I'm gonna put it away fast. Oh.
Point taken, and I'm just gonna unscrew my my water skin, take a huge sip. I'm gonna drink the rest of it because I probably don't have much left, and then open the book.
I'm not teaching you any more spells until you read those first 5 pages.
Can I roll to see how fast I read those first 5 pages?
You either Arcana or just like straight intelligence.
8.
Arcana, you're having a hard time, really struggling to get through the magic talk. Like it's almost like it's in a language you don't know, from just like the words used to describe like spells and things.
Just to humor you, I'm gonna take my time on it.
Kind of near the coastline a bit, so you do see some like settlements and things as you pass by. Nothing as big as like a town or like a full-size town or city or anything, but you do see various people on the coastline every once in a while, like people fishing and whatnot, a little bit far away, so that you can't like communicate with them or anything like that, but not too deep out into the ocean or anything.
After I do my silly little studying, I'm gonna start like pacing around the boat, looking for like alcohol ingredients to make alcohol. Any of that sort of just like kind of nervous pacing. Like, you guys,
Does she?
anything?
Does she know how alcohol's made? It's not gonna take a day.
Cricket, who is just kind of like it seems he's not really needed to take care of the boat at the moment, kind of just like sitting around. He's like,
We have a case of spiced rum in the storage.
Can I have it all?
Not all of it. I need it, but you can have some.
So I need it too.
Well, we can all share. That's what it's all about here in the open sea.
he says that he kind of lifts a flask. Seems he already has some himself. Then
makes
Worley
no
also has
addiction.
this mug that he kind of like lifts to you and nods your head. It seems that the mug he's been drinking is not like coffee or anything. It's just rum, and he's been
Great
drinking it the
rum.
entire time he's been driving the boat.
What a
I'm
Chad.
not addicted. I
Wonderful.
just need some.
But it's
sound
feel
like
free to
me,
find the
Connor.
crates down there and crack it open. I am due for a refill soon anyway.
I'm gonna go look for the crate, and I'm just like, I'm just like kind of nervously like tapping as well, just like, come on, hurry up.
Yeah, you can find it easily enough. It seems that all the storage and stuff is like labeled pretty well.
Huh. A shitty boat, but nice labeling.
Well, this is a boat that they use to transfer supplies from Mori to the Hasdale Coliseum. So it seems that everything that's still left in here, even though they're not constantly moving cargo as they were, it seems things are still like very well labeled and organized.
I'm gonna go back onto the deck and just like, who wants some? And I'm just gonna hold them up, and then when I start pouring some, like, I tell you, I do not want to think right now. Let me tell you. And I just take a swig.
Ramir takes some again as before. Mainomai also takes just a little bit, just like a tiny teacup's worth, then like sips it over the course of the day.
Are you sure this is water?
I never said it was water, buddy.
It does not taste of water.
Well,
Wait, are we
it's-
not giving
it's
Shello
not.
alcohol?
I'm not sure quite what you needed. Though this water does not taste right, I don't think you should be drinking it.
You were drinking salt water. I no offense.
You should try it. It tastes like water.
I was carrying you like a baby for a bit. Just drink up. You'll come to like it. How old are you again?
I am an ant boy.
Not an ant man.
Boy.
Copper for your thoughts, Shello.
I how about a gold?
How about a platinum? And you tell me all.
Okay, I was drinking water, and I was sick also, and now I'm here.
No, but like, not like what you're doing, but like, is there anything been on your mind? Like, you've been worried, like emotion-wise, like.
I'm not sure very what you mean. I juggled recently. I have not juggled in a while.
Do you feel like there's like kind of like a pit in like your chest, and you kind of feel sad, like
A
and
pit?
I get like I start like a drawn on like the wood, just like a frowny face. Like, do you feel like that?
Is this a person you know?
No, it's to express emotion. You usually see them in healers' offices.
I don't know them. I haven't seen this person around.
No, this isn't about the healers. This is do you explain how you feel?
I'm confused.
Do you know what worried? Do you know what being worried is?
I have heard of it. Once or twice people have said it. I'm not
Do you
sure
feel like
quite
something
what it
bad's
means.
gonna happen?
Bad. I'm not sure. I'm good. I think I'm doing well. Am I not?
Were you about to say you think?
I don't do that very often.
I would I would appreciate if you did.
Do you believe I'm doing well?
You've been acting a bit strange, more so than normal. I think.
I juggled. I did well.
Yeah. Is not having not been juggling kind of making you feel something you don't recognize?
No, I'm the juggling ant boy, but
But you haven't
in the
juggled
past,
recently.
I have not juggled for a while.
Do you want to juggle?
I'm known to juggle.
But do
It is-
you want to juggle?
I can do it well.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
I am the juggling ant boy.
Yeah, but does the juggling ant boy want to be the juggling ant boy?
Well, I'm not sure quite what you mean. Do you not
do you-
enjoy my juggling?
This isn't about me. It's just some of the things you're saying. It kind of has me feeling like you're not happy, and I'm just trying to understand you better.
I've juggled for a very long time. It is a complicated thing to learn.
But do you, Shello the ant boy,
Yes.
want to continue doing the juggling?
If I'm doing a good job.
And even if you're doing a good job, do you want to do it?
Since early when I first met the madame, I've been juggling. And since then there have been moments where I'm not juggling, but I tend to juggle. Perform.
Do you miss performing?
I feel like I'm still performing, no?
What do you mean?
Do I not entertain you?
Well, I mean, we've been fighting a lot of people recently. You haven't really done like. I mean, I'm not saying I don't appreciate your company. It's just we haven't really done anything fun recently.
Oh. What is what is fun for you?
Not killing.
I see. There have been times where we have not been killing. Do you remember when there was the large frog?
Yeah.
And then and we fought it, and then there was the small frogs.
Yeah.
And we didn't kill them.
But it's. I don't mean like. I don't mean like monster hunting or. But I mean like we've been in constant life or death situations. I mean you've almost died how many times? That has to take a toll on you. That's taken a toll on me, and it hasn't happened to me as much.
I am tired at times. Yes.
I don't know if something is on your mind making you like eating you up inside.
I don't have parasites again, do I?
That's not what. No. I mean like emotionally.
Again, bro.
Alcohol usually really helps. I recommend doing that.
And that's what this bottle is. It's not water.
Yeah, it's booze.
Booze. Is this fun?
No. It could be. I think.
I see. And how and when does it be fun?
I mean, it depends on how much you drink, with how small you are. Also, I guess company. It also depends on the company.
Are you having fun right now?
No.
Oh, Rock Lady. Are you having fun?
She peeks
I-
her head out of the staircase and she's like, "What?"
How long has she
Is
been
this
there?
fun?
As a
For you.
general rule of thumb, being on a boat
Everything right now.
right
The-
now, no.
the-
I'm
the-
reading and I'm on a boat, and the boat is scary, and I don't like reading very much.
That's a recipe for seasickness, let me tell you.
I don't. Yeah, I've puked like 7 times. The corner of the room's very soggy. Just don't tell anyone it was me.
Mherren, how do I have fun? What are you thinking?
I was just thinking about a dream I had. What do you mean? How do you have fun?
I am trying to have fun. Moneybags told me that I was not fun.
People have fun in different ways.
I believed I was
Um,
having fun, though Moneybags told me I was not.
Did
I-
you feel like you were having fun?
I was told that speaking with me was not fun.
Okay, that's unrelated. Do you know what fun is?
No.
Okay, slightly more difficult here.
Is this like the? I want to try and draw the frowning face. Like this man.
It is the opposite.
I see.
So when people have fun, they smile, or laugh. You know, everyone's a little bit different. Shello, have you ever felt happiness?
I'm unsure how to. I don't know. What is that?
Oh. Have you ever been upset?
I believe so.
It's the opposite of that.
I see. When I began juggling, I enjoyed juggling.
Right.
Perhaps the juggling came before the name of the juggling ant boy. I'm not sure at this point. Maybe I was always juggling.
How do you feel when you juggle?
I feel as if I am performing.
Do you feel anything else while you juggle?
I feel as though I am doing a good job.
Do you feel your heart speed up when you, or I don't know if you have.
Dear God.
I'm just not quite sure how to explain some things.
Pebble's gonna
Black
stand up and walk
bubbling.
up to Tic Tac and say, "Hey, Tic Tac, I can stop reading this, right? Like, just take a break. That
What-
is allowed, right?"
What do you mean? Didn't you sleep last night?
Well, I slept, but I thought maybe I can only take breaks to sleep.
Have you ever read a book before?
Well, but
This is
this
your
one's
first
like
time reading
special,
it.
right?
You can take breaks.
Oh,
I
okay.
imagine. Unless it
Awesome,
says
thanks, dude.
otherwise.
She's like, "Oh, thank God," and she like closes the book for a second. You guys all remember Eric, right?
Yeah. That's
He said, Muth said he was dead, but we met him.
He said it like he was certain, however. We had seen him.
I'm not crazy, right? That's not a common name. Like, I feel actually insane for thinking this, but that's not the same person. It can't be the same person.
Hmm. Yeah, it's. Surely he was just clearly just taken out of it. Did he mention how long ago this happened?
Not that I recall, but it can't have been any more recently than when we met Eric.
Hmm.
I can't imagine. What should we do? We can't really go visit him right now. I mean, we're in the middle of this god-awful middle of nowhere stretch in the ocean, and she starts freaking out a little, but
We could always go back home
well, I guess, but
after our work here is done.
I just can't stop
Like-
thinking about it.
Hold on. I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work. The capital is in full support of these coliseums.
This is true.
If we can write him a letter inviting him to see the progress of the one in Hasde Salil, possibly he could visit the town under false pretense. We can see for ourselves.
Could that letter arrive to him fast enough? And actually,
How worth
secondly-
it would it be if we plan to dismantle the Colosseum to make sure that it can't be continued? Wouldn't it be a greater risk to have it invited him all the way out there?
yeah. And, well, I mean, Hasde Salil has people going missing. I don't exactly want him to go missing in the case that he is unharmed and well, is just crazy. Well, I don't want to harm him.
We won't be at the capital for a while.
Yeah. It's been
Yeah.
weighing on me.
There's been so much thinking today.
Too much thinking, Shello, I tell you what.
That is what happens when you're not in a life or death situation constantly.
I think
I
I'd
don't-
prefer life or death over this.
I don't
you
like
don't.
thinking.
Pebble, are you going back to reading your book?
Yes.
At this point, you begin getting towards the end of it. You already kind of knew what this book was about from when you looked at it before, but this is a book authored by King Einair long ago. And when you have been sort of reading it, it kind of activates in your mind a magic enchantment, makes it so you can hear a voice in your head that kind of speaks the words to you as you read, like an audiobook almost.
Like a podcast?
You hear,
2 centuries hence, I, King Einair, inherited the crown of the ethereal city, homeland to the elves of Deezland. This tome serves as a token of my name day, and it is that day the great Corellin, the highest power whom all elves serve, calls a meeting of the gods in my grand city, the likes of which that has not been seen since before the era of iniquity. When the humans came from the north, when Janfilt, god of dwarves, provoked the most holy, and when the spirits of Engalad yet be converged to one mind and body. So let this tome serve as my word for the last 200 years of what I have learned as ruler to a proud people before this new period of unity is welcomed.
a lot of it feels like you're sort of like just back in school, like a history lesson, bit of a slog, but also as if you're reading something more from the period it happened in and not after years of history being watered down. You learn more of how humans migrated south from the Old Lands, which over time tensions of land dispute caused a war. Notably, the Green Clay stronghold was built in this time as the humans attempted to take the ethereal city as their own, to have as a trade port with Kingdom of the First Land. A peace was brokered to give the human faction more land on the coast, such as Draketown and Peterport, and in surrounding areas of what is now Green Clay. This period also has many immigrants from First Land ingrained themselves into the eastern side of the continent. These Dragonborn were seen as some of the most skilled of their respective fields, and First Land was a thriving island off the coast that was in high demand for trade due to crystals only found on their island where dragons lead a society of Dragonborn. Reference is made to the separation of the dwarves, Azers going into the desert and dwarves going north, all due to their god Janfilt slighting the other gods in some way, but never explained what really happened. You get the vibe that this was common knowledge for this period, so you're just kind of assumed to know. While you're reading, you notice some things not fully lining up, though. It's always talked about how great times were in this golden era when the gods walked with the mortals, and how society needs to repent for the deities to return, but as far as you can tell, the early reign of King Einair was filled with its own wars and problems, and it's repeatedly referenced how the deity Corellin planned for a gathering of the gods in what is now the capital, meant to put the world into a new era of peace. It's also filled with inspirational self-help philosophies.
Oh.
Heavy is the crown. A king cannot make all happy, but can lead as an example. Communicate with your people. They will look up to you for motivation. So lead with integrity, and your nation will be energized. But to be a good king, you must be good to yourself.
He then gets into a good diet, exercise, but more importantly, there's stuff in here on political negotiation, standing your ground, treating the common man with kindness, because a king lives to serve both the individual and the collective. You learn some speaking skills, leadership skills, and general skills of dealing with others as your charisma increases by 2.
Let's freaking go, dude!
Needed it.
God, shut up, man. This is the best day ever. I have a +2 on persuasion now.
So, after reading this, you feel very inspired, like you can speak and lead better, but you also get a little bit more of the history of the continent than what you were solely taught in school. A lot of this you already kind of knew, general knowledge of one that has gone to a school like a paladin school, such as yourself, but a different sort of perspective closer to when these things actually happened.
This is awesome. I liked that a lot. Pebble is very confused at parts reading it. You can, like, if you passed her while she was reading, you'd probably hear like her murmur something like, "I'm not a king. Nation. I don't have a nation either."
Since it's authored by King Einar himself, sort of almost like a autobiography of himself, him leading his people and his own tips and things, you get more of like a learning of who the king is, since obviously rules the capital and such, even though it's hard to tell when exactly this book was written, but you know it's been a very long time since it was written. So this person that's like larger than life comes into more of like a personable perspective to you.
That is actually... I actually really like that. I'd like to read something like that. But
You did.
don't laugh.
Member
I think...
exclusive, full PDF, 150 page
Yeah.
book.
No. Even better, audiobook as read by Pebble.
Full self-help guide.
That was read by
includes-
me
it
in old
includes,
man
like,
voice.
It includes every now and then Pebble like running off to vomit like in the distance, and also like murmuring to herself and stumbling over words.
Really in depth, this book.
It includes the whole tangent where you asked Tic Tac if you had to keep reading the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Pebble, as you come back to the deck, getting to be a little bit towards sunset now, Whirly shouts out,
Coming up on the right starboard side, you may be able to see a new continent come into view. The very island that Yonti of the Caecilian dynasty traveled here from. You may be able to see the high trees, the jungle of the open isle.
Cool.
Open my what?
Back in the day when the Caecilians still ruled there, their finest export was a very deeply black ink. Very, very fine ink. It was made with linseed, only grown in the open isle. That's how I got my start as a sailor, bringing that ink to Deesland, to traders the land and the nickname of the Pen Island. You don't hit, dude. I'll give you a second. Spell it out.
Open. No, I get it.
Anyway, you may be also able to see, as they slow coming more into the distance as we're almost reaching our destination. As they slow is very close to open isle, in fact.
as you begin to peek out, looking into the distance, you see some things you can kind of see flying towards you.
Oh, not combat.
Whirly shouts out,
Oh dear, it seems us going in these waters stirred up the aquatic life.
a small group of what almost seem like snakes flying towards you with tiny little wings on their body, but one side of the snake is a snake head, but the other side of the snake is also a snake head. both sides having these wings carrying them towards the boat, begin to spring at you all to attack.
God damn it.
Horse shapes.
Yay.
Open Isle's penis land, by the way, if no one got it.
Penis?
Oh,
Put the-
penis Isle.
Penis eye. Okay. Okay, I got a 6. Are these snakes two-headed, or are they just flying and there's 2 of them in the frame?
They have snake heads on either side of their body.
Oh,
They're
I
not
somehow
your
missed
usual
that.
flying snakes. that
Yeah,
you're
they're
used
not
to.
the usual flying snakes you'd typically
Oh,
see.
okay.
So
Sorry,
they
I was
also
too focused
have
on that part.
it's not like a snake tail and body that leads to 2 snake heads at one end. Each end is 1 head.
And it's like a cat dog situation.
Oh.
Yes. So you see these there looks like there's 4 of them. They're all about like 20 feet in the air above the surface of the boat, all like flying towards the ship.
This person, this is an ally, right?
Yeah, that's Zimbom.
I'm gonna grab my bow and just kind of hurriedly look around at them, like, Mherren, I haven't shot flying enemies before. What do I do?
Just shoot where they will be, not where they are.
I shoot this one.
Okay, that one. I'm gonna go make an attack.
18.
18 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
5 damage. I'm like, oh, and then just let go, hoping I hit it.
Yeah, and you do hit. Kind of like the arrow scrapes by its body, leaving a cut in it. These things, I mean, they're the size of like normal snakes. They aren't like bigger or anything. So just like 5 damage seems to be a pretty decent hit for this thing.
I think I get it, and I'll shoot the same one again. 12.
This one missing. So
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You'll get used to it.
I'll just take a step back then.
okay.
I'll kind of just like crouch down next to the boxes, not really hiding, just kind of just around them.
Yeah.
And that'll be my turn.
I'm gonna go for this guy, the lower on the side, and I'm going to shoot my longbow directly in between its 2 heads.
All right.
Oof, that's nice.
24 definitely hits.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Anna's looking in awe.
That's with 9 damage.
Yeah, nice. You do a really decent chunk in this thing, getting in the body as it like flies towards you.
I'm gonna shoot again, and I'm going to aim for the exact same spot with the hopes of splitting the arrow, because I think that would be really fucking sick.
Splitting
Please.
the arrow
Fuck!
and the snake.
No, it
Oh,
didn't
7.
work.
Nope.
Ah, that was so close to being a fucking 18 as well.
Yeah,
Damn.
just like Sana getting a good hit the first time, then the second one completely misses.
It's just because that first arrow did so much damage, you know, it made the flight
like to-
path unstable.
Change
Oh,
the winds.
yeah.
You know,
I think,
yeah,
I like
yeah,
the
it just-
wheel.
to be fair, that's not hugely inaccurate. They would fly a little bit differently because of the impact. So
Nerd.
that's all I'm doing. What? That's
Someone call the
amazing!
nerd
Okay.
police. Someone
I'll
call the
kill you.
nerd police.
Cats took a
That's it. That's
massive
it. That's all I
dookie.
have.
Oh.
The snake that Sana had left a gash in with her arrow is now going to swoop down, going for Shello, going right up in front of him, trying to take a bite.
Ah.
It is an 18 hit.
It sure does.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
I
Oh,
didn't,
fuck.
I didn't realize how much damage these things did. So you take 15 piercing damage from this one of the heads snatching onto you. Can you
Okay.
also make a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
This is fucked.
Thank you.
19.
Okay, these snakes seem to be poisonous, but you're unaffected by the poison. However, now the other head snaps onto you. Or actually, it tries to snap onto you, but this one misses. Tooth getting like caught in your like shirt collar, not able to pierce into you at all.
Happened to my
Ding.
dog before.
Bending yourself to a horseshoe is not an easy task.
Zimbom is going to fly up here a little bit to the side of the ship some more, getting closer to these snakes, going to attempt to throw one of her like bombs at one of these snakes. She throws it right over one of them and it lands into the water, and you see like some bubbles form. Curses under her breath as another one goes for Shello, swooping down at him. One head bites, getting a 21. So Shello, you take 10 damage. Can you make another Constitution saving throw?
13.
So you feel like the poison is entering your veins even more, but you're still able to resist it. The other head then snaps onto you. This one, the second head, was able to actually land a hit with a 20. So you take another 12 points of damage, and can you now make another Constitution saving throw?
I sure can. That's good. That was a 2.
And now
that's
that
a nat 1.
the poison is finally broken through, you have now gained the poison status effect for 1 hour.
Someone needs to suck the blood out of him.
So you will have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
I sure will.
Ramir, who's in the back, kind of surprised by this. He doesn't seem to have any like projectile weapons. He's just going to run up as far as he can, which would actually be here next to Pebble, and he's just going to hold an attack for if one of these other two swing down and attack any of you on the ship, which one of them is, but not quite reaching Ramir. It goes for Mainomai, the mantis right here. Flew down at such velocity it was unable to land a hit. Now Balthazar, on to you.
For the love of gods, please don't fireball us.
I'm not going to. I'm going to take aim at this one just over here.
Okay, that one's still flying up there.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile at a 3rd level. 2 additional darts, so 5 darts. So
5 darts.
Yeah, so 5 by 5. So 25 on.
So this one is about to lie down and attack Whirly, who's steering the ship. But as it's flying down, Balthazar, you fire these into it, just like shredding it to pieces, and its dead body falls into the water.
Let's go. You went Kasplowed.
Captain Whirly, he's trying to just focus on steering the ship. Mainomai is going to swing at the snake in front of him with his katana blade. Ooh, just managing to miss. This one is especially fast, unable to hit it. Pebble, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to use 5 points of Lay on Hands pool to cure Shello's poison affliction.
I'm healthy?
You're healthy. Use Sanctuary on myself.
Okay, then Shello, it is your turn.
I would like to disengage.
Okay.
Yes, I'd like to step away over here. And maybe over here.
Yeah.
And then use healing word to tell myself I'm cured.
So Shello, you're healed up for 8 there. Is that your whole turn?
Yes, indeedy.
Tic Tac is also going to take the disengage, going to run to the other side of Mainomai, kind of cowering behind him.
Zana sees him close, puts the bow away, and then runs over and jumps on Pebble's shoulders, jumps down, and then tries to grab, to throw a punch at the snake.
Wait, are you still on her shoulders, or did you just vault over?
I lunged myself at the snake.
Leapfrog.
I jumped on your shoulders.
Okay,
Technically, I walked around with flavor. I have a lot. I can walk this entire boat.
Pebble's like,
fuck. Natural 1.
Natural 1, you missed that.
I fall on the ground and then I kind of roll and try to do an uppercut. 17.
Which one are you going for, by the way?
Oh yeah, this one.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
8 damage.
This is the one that you had left the gash on, so are going for another hit.
And then I'm going to flurry of blows it. And so first one is 25. 9 damage.
Ooh, 9
and the second
total.
hit.
That kills this one. Do you want to...
After the uppercut, I wind back. With my left hand, I grip one of its heads, and then I just punch it and smush it, and then I just throw it to the side. And then for my second attack, it was a 10, so I guess it would be to the other guy.
Yeah, that one misses though. So after killing that one, try to go for the second one. Miss that one.
I tried backhanding, but it just hit all air. I could take a step back without him touching me, so I'm just going back up one, and that'll be my turn.
Alright, well, I'm gonna shoot at the one lower that's still alive. Oof. Does a
13
hit?
misses that.
Well, we're gonna try again anyway.
Hair around it is still messed up from that arrow in it.
Yeah, you know, it's just
Wobbling
flying
around.
unsteady, you know, unpredictable. Fuck.
14.
14.
That one also misses.
Fuck. You know, these winds, man, they're just changing so much. That's all I'm
Still,
gonna
do.
still don't have your sea legs yet.
Zimbom is hovering around, doesn't really want to throw a bomb at the boat, doesn't really attack there. However, this one is going to move up, going for Sana, who just tried to hit at it, getting a 21 with the first head.
That hits.
But the bite isn't too bad, only doing 7 damage as it snaps at you. The second head, whoever misses, make a Constitution saving throw.
4.
4, so you are now poisoned for an hour. Vermeer, seeing this, is going to step up, swing his hammer down at this one. Or his club. He has a club, actually. Oh, he misses, though. Sana and Pebble being in the way, he doesn't get a great hit with his great club down at this thing. This one that's in a duel with Minomai, the Mantis right now, is going to keep trying to snap at him. One head goes for him, he moves his head out of the way and it misses, but then the other head snaps onto his arm. Luckily, though, only getting his robes, not piercing into his exoskeleton, so he's still good. Balthazar, we're back to you.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll use Misty Step as a bonus action. Just like sort of get over, I'd say like over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go ahead and walk up. I'll use the Vicious Sickle
Mm-hmm.
on this fucker over here.
Yeah, go and make an attack for that. Ooh, 4. First time using the Vicious Sickle, unfortunately. Not used to using a bladed weapon, completely missed.
You don't know which part's the sharp bit.
The sickle is a strange formation.
What is this item?
Turn it around.
Minomai composes himself, says a little prayer under his breath with his katana, then swings it down, chopping this snake right in half. However,
Now there's 2 snakes.
Oh,
there
fuck.
are now 2 snakes.
No! Fuck.
The classics.
Good
Cat
going,
dog gambit.
Minomai.
So they split into 2. One side of them now like bleeding. Pebble, is your turn then.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna attack this guy. I'm going to use Branding Smite. And that's a natural 1. Okay.
Nice.
Then does a 21 hit?
A 21 does hit.
Awesome. Okay. The attack itself does 9 damage. And the Branding Smite will deal 5 damage. That's 14 for all the
Whoa.
mathaholics watching at home.
Whoa.
Thanks, I
We
just
play
got
D&D,
my
we don't do
fix.
math.
So you split this thing in half with your sword, and you think that it is now also split into 2, but then your Branding Smite overtakes it, and it just alights with this divine power, and both their heads just like pop.
Yo!
So you're able to kill it before it's able to become 2. However, before we get to Shello, another one of these then pops out of the water, flies towards Pebble's other side.
Uh-oh.
I just like to think like Pebble sees it coming, then
These damn nerds are a fucking plague.
It rolls a 17 and 8, so both snaps miss you, Pebble.
Nice.
Now
These are nerds.
Shello around you.
Yeah. Snake birds.
I didn't want to gloss over that, but people
No,
started
it took
to move on,
me.
and I was
It
like,
took me like a full minute to decide how I was going to mix snake and bird together.
well,
Thanks.
you did it.
I'll use hideous laughter on this young chap if it has an intelligence of 5 or more.
Okay, well, it seems stupid, but it also would have saved. It seems to be have the brain of a snake, so its intelligence is unfortunately too low.
Snake, not bird.
Oh, I thought it was a bird. Birds are smart.
Yeah, birds are smarter, but it still would have saved. So your hideous laughter seemed to have no effect on it. It seems to not be intelligent enough,
I would like to.
despite having 2 brains.
I would like to give bardic inspiration to Balthazar.
Yeah.
The edge on the inside of the circle is the sharp part. Good luck.
Tic Tac is going to run up to you, Shello. How hurt do you look, Shello?
Very.
Okay, so he's going to lay his hands on you, cast Cure Wounds now,
Thank you.
and you're
dearie.
healed up for a 9. He pats your head and is like, "There you go, buddy."
Am I able to stand right here?
Yes. That'd be like the edge of the boat.
Oh
I'm
god.
gonna run over here, kind of digging my staff kind of in the ground since I'm a bit disoriented from the poison,
I'm drunk.
and then I'm gonna try to smack this guy with my
Okay.
stick. Natural 20. Oh, I need to roll that disadvantage, don't I?
We'll make another
No.
Golden Force step.
10.
10. That one misses.
Okay, that would have been 1 attack, so I have 1 more.
Uh-huh.
10.
Oh my
Just-
god.
So it's like flinging my stick, almost hitting Balthazar a couple times. Like I'm sorry, man. They did something to me.
You accidentally bump into Balthazar and you do the Titanic thing at the end of the boat.
Just kind of like gathering myself from like getting dizzy from the movement of the boat and the poison. I'm just gonna try to punch it.
Okay.
Which will also be I don't even have to roll again, just natural 1.
Oh, that's so sad.
I'm just gonna stare at Balthazar and just throw up a little.
2 unsteady
Oh,
now at
be
the
my
front of the
turn.
boat. You're getting motion sick. Mherren, it's your turn.
How far up is this fucker?
It's just kind of hovering
The-
above the ground, so it's level with you all.
Beautiful. I'm gonna go up and hit it with my halberd.
Mhm.
Just try and split it down the middle again. You know me. What I do. Does a 23 hit?
23 hits.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Ugh, that's not as much as I would like. 9 damage.
You split this one, just like the one Might cut in half. It splits into 2, one falling to the side onto the ground. Each seems to have just a little bit of HP after that attack.
Can I move it to this bit right here without consequence?
You take an opportunity attack from the one diagonal to you.
Okay. That makes sense. That's probably a bad idea. Never mind. Which one do I want to hit? I'll hit this one. The one up,
By Shello?
or to the side.
Okay.
Oof, sad.
Yeah, you hit into the wood of the ground. The sort of mechanic of the boat, Creakit, who's still down below, he like yells up. He's like, "Cut out the racket!"
Is he not real?
They fly even more unsteady when they're split in half, man. That's crazy. That's all I'll do.
Okay, Balthazar, the one right in front of you is going to try to... the ones that are split in half are now like on the floor, by the way. They're no longer flying. So it's going to just try to bite at your foot, Balthazar. Is a 14 hit?
It does.
Okay, so they can no longer take 2 attacks because this one only has 1 head. So this latches on to your big toe, and you take 10 damage, and can you make a Constitution saving throw?
10. Ouchie.
That's a big number. That's almost
18.
18. The poison doesn't seem to get at you. It seems your big toe is too sturdy. That's all they can do.
I don't
me,
ever want to hear anyone.
calluses
I don't-
on your toes.
I don't ever want to hear anyone ever describe my big toe as being sturdy.
Your toes can get like fucked up a little bit.
You play bass with those toes?
Ramir's gonna turn
I
around
hate it
now,
here.
trying to go for this one that's on the floor in front of him and Shello. He also gets a natural 1, so this thing is just slithering around the ground, dodging out of these attacks. The other one near you, Balthazar, the one next to it went for your right foot toe. This one's gonna go for your left foot toe.
Oh my god.
bro.
Let's see how sturdy this one is. 21 hits.
Yeah.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw as you take 11 damage?
17.
Sorry, your other
Both
toe.
your toes are sturdy, so you're still good from the poison.
Jesus Christ.
You did take 11 damage though from the,
Yeah.
Find
Fun
something
rocks.
with another.
and then it's your turn with these 2 snakes clamped onto your toes.
Amazing. You'd say they were pretty weak, right?
They look very weak, yes.
Okay, awesome. In that case, I'm gonna make use of my braces. I'm gonna hit this one that's latched onto my left toe with acid splash.
Okay.
They just start punching them.
4 damage.
So you're able to splash this acid onto it, and it starts dissolving through its body. However, it's still hanging in there a bit.
I'm now gonna go on like the reptilian sort of thing and use frostbite on the one that's latched onto my right toe.
Okay.
Fucking 3.
That one taking even less.
I love how I have a chance to get as high as a 12, and my rolls are always less than 1 die.
Do anything else?
That'll end my turn.
Then Minomai is going to try to chop this thing off of your toe.
Wait.
He seems
Wait,
to
does
be
this
he seems to be holding his katana like above, kind of like moving it around as you like move your foot around, trying to make sure he is able to split the head off without also chopping your toe off. And then he swings the sword down, cutting through the snake, barely not chopping off the end of your toe, and he was able to kill this one.
Now I got a hole in my shoe.
Pebble,
It's just like the teeth
it is now
Wow.
your turn. You have these 2 snakes near you on the ground. However, you start to hear a message in your head
Uh-oh.
that you recognize as the voice of Eloise. She says,
Bad timing.
That's not who I expected.
"Hope it's not a bad time. Saw you coming from shore. Send word once you need me. Confused capital researchers on town perimeter not advancing."
Do I even bother, like, figuring out 25 words, or do I just say... Okay, Pebble's just going to say, while I'm assuming, like, fighting this snake thing, like, sorry, can't talk now, being attacked by snakes on boat. See you soon.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna use Thunderous Smite. I'm going to attack the one that's, like, right next to me.
Left next
Yeah,
to you.
to the left. Hey, I'm bad at directions. I'm gonna attack with my longsword. Does a 10 hit?
10 does not hit.
Does another 10 hit?
Another 10 does not hit.
Well, fuck me. All right, never mind. That bonus action is still used, right?
Well, yeah.
Is
Well,
it
you're
not?
concentrating on the spell, so whenever
Oh.
you use it, you use
Okay.
it. So you could have thought
Alright.
about that message more since you didn't do anything on your turn anyway. Besides
I guess
missing.
that's true. Yeah.
The snake right in front of you is going to try to bite at Mherren, but it
okay.
misses. Shello, it's your turn.
I'm gonna slash at the snake. A 10.
10.
You get a lot of 10s.
10 misses.
There are a lot of 10.
I'll do another.
Very mid-session so far.
Oh, that's good. That's a
Quite
10.
literally.
Oh my god.
Another
Uh,
fucking
What
10?
the
Are
fuck
you,
is going
are
on?
you fucking kidding me?
That's cool.
I did roll a 20, then a 1, and that evens out to 10. So
I rolled a 1 and got a 10.
I'd like to use Healing Word again, but on Balthazar. Balthazar seems like they need it. I gave you 8 health, and the Healing Word of the day. Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
well, I'm a
Like
bit
the- like the
sensitive
end of
about
your
that right now.
Well, you could sturdy up.
Sturdy up them toes. We've got people to fight.
Shello, you still look a little bit like banged up, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Tic Tac is going to pat you down some more, trying to get you full up on healing, trying to close up some more wounds. You get healed for 10 more.
but at the beginning of the turn, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10,
Somewhere back
I'd be like a frowning face.
Yeah, instead of saying like your like number of hit points, you have to like point to a chart, like at a doctor's office.
let me try this again, and I'm gonna slam my stick down at them. Oh, that's another natural 20. But for 21 with this advantage.
21. Okay, yeah, that hits this one.
7.
This one that's attached to Balthazar's right toe, just like Minomai, who cut off the other one's head, you're able to smash into this one, killing that one. Its grasp on his toe releases.
I just smash as hard as I can on the head, so it might hit Balthazar's toe. Because I'm a little woozy.
Oh,
It doesn't
no.
hit his toe.
Okay.
Thank fuck.
I missed his toe.
Okay.
I don't
I
even-
wasn't gonna make it do damage anyway. I was just gonna do like Tom and Jerry ouch, but you missed his toe. You're doing anything else your turn?
Woozily look
Eef.
back and just kind of like, oh,
Blech.
and just like stumble on over here and end my turn.
Okay, Mherren, we're on to you.
Beautiful. I'm gonna smack the fucker right in front of
Okay.
me. Does a 21 hit?
21 hits that one.
I sure hope so.
10 damage.
10, you're able to kill this one.
I'm split it in half, but the other direction now.
Okay, nice. And now
And then
there's
I'm gonna
one
try
left.
the same shit to this one diagonal of me. Cause fuck that guy too.
Language.
Fuck. So does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
Beautiful. Ooh, 14 damage, baby.
So you cut those other two in half, or you're now going to cut this one diagonal since it's diagonal to you?
You know what? Why not? For fun. Let's just go. Do
You're
all
able-
the different directions a line can be.
You're able to cut the last one, killing the last one. And now it is just you all on this boat with a bunch of dead snake bodies on the...
Can I collect them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna suggest whenever you cut it diagonally, you could have cut it like the way people cut potatoes to make them like
For that.
to make them look like a harmonica.
That's
What?
what you do in combo
Oh.
with fire.
I was just thinking about skinning them and selling their
Yeah, I mean
the snake skin.
that's up
harvest
to you.
them.
I don't have skin, so
Sounds just like Woosley just gripping them by the necks and dragging them over to Mherren.
I am skinning them and throwing their. Well, maybe I shouldn't throw their guts overboard. That
You'll
feels like
extract
an
their
invitation to
blood.
get more.
Or
What?
poison. Are you able to like extract any of their
Oh.
poison and jazz, their fluids?
Ooh, I could, but that's hard. Does anyone have an empty bottle?
I can see if I have any leftover bottles from like a potion or something, but I usually just throw them out.
Have this strange, flimsy contraption. It seems to have liquid in it, though.
I'd like to hand my water skin to Mherren.
No,
I've never
Shello,
used
no.
it.
What do you mean you've never used it?
I'm not sure what's in there, and I don't want to find out.
It's supposed to be used for water, Shello.
There's water all around us.
No, like, I mean drinking water, this kind that's safe to ingest.
Can I see it?
Sure. Money bags.
I'm just looking at it, just seeing like double vision, and be like,
It's a water flask.
Is everything a flask to you?
Water. Water flask. That's what they're called.
Water
skins.
skin, my friend.
Oh, excuse fucking me. Excuse fucking me.
Captain Worley kind of interrupts you guys. He's like, we should have some vials in storage if you need any.
Okay, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Are you proficient in alchemy supplies?
Absolutely not.
Go ahead and roll a d20.
Beautiful. Help.
it's better than not trying,
Please.
you know.
Lane gets
Please.
a lot of
water
skin.
I got a 5.
We're all
You
teleported through
are
desert.
unable to extract the poison. In fact, all the poison kind of leaks onto like the snake meat and everything. It kind of ruins some of the like bodies.
That's fine. I only need the skin. I'll cut around it.
Go ahead and roll another d20 for the skin now.
Or how stylish the boots are.
11.
You're able to skin, I'd say 2 of them with that.
Okay, you know what? That's better than nothing. 1 second. How?
Two double
three
snakes or one double snake?
skin.
Does it include the wing?
No, just the skin. You're very close to Hasdaslow. It's in view, 20 minutes or so out from like the docks of the city. It's nighttime right now. You see like the lights of the city. It seems there's people still out on like the beach and stuff, but like a lot of things are packing up. It's mostly like, well, not really people on the beach, but like people at like restaurants around the beach and stuff. Not like swimming or anything at this late of an hour. You were far enough away when this attack happened that no one really could see it from land. However, you're now approaching into the docks of the town, and it does very much look like this beach resort. Very tall hotel looking buildings, a lot of smaller shops and restaurants on this like boardwalk area, and you hear loud yelling, almost like partying. There's like steel drum music and the sound of just good vibes as you approach. And as we end this session, to pick up on next session's beach episode.